Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. Today we have an unboxing of Russia Besieged. This is a game from Compass Games. It's by designer Ardwulf, and it is a new take. Not new, because it's been around for a while in various editions. But this is the new Deluxe edition from Compass. It's a new take on the classic Russian campaign. So let's, without further ado, let's open up and take a look. I always feel like the reason I watch unboxing videos is to get a look at the components. If you are watching this unboxing video and you'd like to see something different that I may be not giving you, please do mention it in the comments. Now, you know, you're not necessarily going to get the deepest commentary. It's an unboxing video, right? It's almost, in every case, I'm getting my first look at it. That's definitely the case here with Russia Besieged. Very curious to see what this looks like. Now, I've, of course, seen this on the table in various places. So, okay, we've got bundles. There are bundles. I see bundles. Okay, hold on. All right, so maps, first of all. We do have paper maps. I am positive. Nevertheless, the box is so heavy, I felt like it was not going to be paper maps. There's two mounted maps. I know that some people really strongly prefer paper mounted maps and really feel like it is a negative on the production values of a game when there isn't. This is actually going to orient this way. Mounted maps. I don't feel that way. I actually, I mean, mounted maps are nice, but mounted maps are, you know, have their own little foibles. And for a multi-map game, I would generally prefer to have paper maps that I'm going to then put under plexi. These look like they're a little oversized versus standard wargame size maps. That's definitely true. They're definitely a little bit wider because this is exactly 24-inch table, and it's overhanging the edges by just a little bit. So we have two, I think, relatively plain, but you know, there's not much terrain in this game. So what are you going to do? But handsome, unmounted maps. They do feel, the paper quality feels nice. They don't have that super crispy feeling that some older maps have, where you're afraid that the ink's going to chip. These do not feel like that. They do feel nice. And again, if your preference is for mounted maps, that's cool, but I don't care quite that much. All right, so we have a bundle of books. Oop, and the little strap stuck to the rule book a little bit. All right, so I think those are recyclable. All right, so we have a FAQ, that's interesting, on a quite heavy cardstock. In fact, it's a 3-page fold-out. Frequently asked questions. Very interesting. Okay. This shouldn't be too complicated, I don't think. Nevertheless, the rulebook feels quite heavy duty. It's 48 pages. But, and you notice it's got, was this done in cooperation with L2? That's plausible. First edition, second edition. Okay. So a lot of this is, it's full color, but a lot of it is rules, and quite a bit of it in pretty big print, but not a lot of illustration. I mean, there's plenty of illustrations. It's not like a problem, but it's not, you know, not that heavy on the illustrations. There's certainly some examples. There's designer's notes and developer's notes in the back, which is always nice to see. Very interested to read these, particularly given the pedigree of this thing. So this looks like it is effectively the 3rd edition. Okay. And then we have a playbook, which also feels pretty heavy duty, and which is 48 pages. And here we have a very dense table of contents, including some advanced game. All right, let's paw through this because there's advanced game optional rules with headquarters, Vlasov's army, aid for Axis partners, river defense, all kinds of stuff. Here's some combat tables. We haven't even looked at the player aids yet. Here's a quick start, which is nice. Here's a movement and combat example. Heavily illustrated. Always nice to see big intricate examples of play. I always like to see that. How to make a shock army. Sounds like it's kind of important for the Soviet player to know. Here's a scenarios. There's a 5-turn tournament scenario. 7-turn and 10-turn tournament scenarios. Here's a Fall Blau scenario. An Operation Citadel scenario. In a downfall scenario. It's only 5 turns and ends in 45. Marching Turkey to war. Okay. Turkish early entry scenario. So it looks like there's a lot going on here. And kind of what I wanted out of this is kind of a relatively sophisticated yet not too heavy East Front sandbox that also doesn't necessarily take 2 years to play, right? The ability of, say, Fire in the East to be a sandbox is really limited just because it takes 2 years to play. All right, so we have a huge sheaf of player aids here, including a big display card, which keeps track of turns, which keeps track of, looks like force pools, surrendered, destroyed units, VPs and replacements. You keep track of a lot of stuff on this thing. It's also quite large. Okay, and here's play aids. All right, so we have, here's a play aid, which has Lend-Lease Russian aid, bomber availability. Here's a 2-sided fold-out German Order of Battle card for the first 23 turns. There may only be 23 turns. I think there's 25 turns, actually. There might be more than that, actually. There's more than that. Yeah, there's 25 turns. Okay. So here's your German Order of Battle card. And the number of counters on here is not that high. I mean, it's not tiny. You'll see in a minute. Russian Order of Battle card. And those are 8.5 or 11 by 17 cards. Here is the Downfall Scenario card. Here's the Fall Blau scenario card. So this is a quite modest little scenario. Here is another player aid with a TEC. Here is a Citadel scenario. And a Fall Blau scenario maps. That's nice. Here is what looks like the primary player aid, which is with the CRT, the Blitzkrieg attack, air support versus victory charge, weather table. So there's only one of these though, which is an odd choice, I think, in a game like this. You could probably play this with teams, I think. As opposed to just playing it two-sided. But the classic Russian campaign doesn't need to be played with teams. I just think there's enough, feels like there's enough here to do that with. All right, so counters. We have 3 counter sheets. These are on that super thick stock that I think Compass has actually moved away from this printer, I think. But the new folks are doing it on just as heavy stock. These are very thick feeling, very heavy duty feeling. Brown core stock. And they are 5/8 inch counters. So, and there's, not a huge amount of detail on these things, right? You got combat and movement factors and a couple of the pieces of information in a unit type, and that's basically it. Here's your Soviet stuff. I want to say these lighter guys with the red print are guards, where these are regular Soviets. There's a few more regular Soviets back here. There's these guys. I don't know what these guys are. They're not the same color as these. No idea. We will hope. Oh, these might be the Turks, actually. Now, there's the Finns are, I think, not in here, but there is an expansion coming that will add Finland to the war. For those who want to replicate that action on the Finnish frontier. So, Russia Besieged Deluxe Edition from Compass. Pretty handsome looking game. This is, something that's been I've wanted to get a Russian campaign or one of its heirs to the table for a long time. I've actually never played Russian campaigns, so it's very exciting for me to have picked this thing up. So hopefully you have found the video interesting or instructive. This is the brand new edition. So hopefully you have found the video instructive or interesting, and you will give the video a thumbs up. Please do subscribe to the channel, and if you'd like to help support Ardwulf's Lair, please check out the links in the video description to the Patreon, the Ko-Fi, and the merch store. There is new merch as of today. It might have been there for months by the time you watch this video, but there is new merch, new hoodies, which I'm very happy with. So check Russia Besieged out if you're interested in a game on this topic. Till next time, thanks again for watching, and happy wargaming.